I don't want to mess with bugs. Well, good afternoon. I'm Pastor Les Chemist. Welcome to Cruisin on a Narrow Road. Today we are on the VStrom on the way to Musgrave Town, Canning's Cove. Just a little wind down through the country. More of a single road community. No, it's not single, but you know what I'm saying. It's just one main road through, a few side roads. A smaller area, more rural area, shall we put it that way. But the ride down through here is worth it. Some beautiful views, some great spots. Road right here is a bit garbage, but because of all the traffic going in and out of Mill. But it's a decent spot down here. Love this area. To me, the destination is worth it because right at the end of Canning's Cove, and you'll see this, at the end of Canning's Cove there is a wharf. The road just dead ends on the wharf right at the end of the road there, and it is awesome. It's just a beautiful view out the bay, and I just love it. To be honest with you, I'm not sure what I'm going to talk about today. There's things motorcycle that I could talk about. Love my VStrom, getting things ready for a big trip. As I said in previous videos, I am leaving here this summer and going on a trip to Labrador. And if you wanted to look on the map, I'll try and put it up here so you can see. I'm looking to take a trip from the island of Newfoundland on the east coast of the island, Clarenville, all the way up across the island, up the northern peninsula, take the ferry across to Labrador. Actually the ferry lands just there in Quebec, and then you 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers, you cross into Labrador, and then you take what's known as the Labrador Highway, and you go all the way across from Blanc-Sablon, Quebec, all the way up to Lab City, Wabush area. That takes you across what we know as the Big Land, the part of the province called Labrador. Then we will continue on that road into Quebec and come down from Labrador through Labrador City, go to Fermont, Quebec, then all the way down to Baie-Comeau. And through there you pass through a number of places, but not a lot of anything in there. There is one spot called Manic 5 or Manic Sink, which is, or Sank I guess it is, I can't ever remember. I confuse my French and my Spanish, pardon me. Manic Sank, Manic 5, and they will, that's about maybe halfway down to Baie-Comeau, and then we get the ferry from Baie-Comeau. We come across there to, I believe it's Matane, on the Gaspé Peninsula of Quebec, on the eastern side of the St. Lawrence, and then we come down around there. Then we'll come down through New Brunswick. We're going to stop and visit some relatives in the Moncton area, and then home. It may include another trip to southern Nova Scotia. Might include a trip to Lockport, as you saw it a few videos ago. I did a trip last fall and ended up in Lockport, beautiful town. That's my hometown, where I was born and raised. And if you want a reference point, this summer, just a matter of a week or 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, there was major forest fire, not too awful far from Lockport, in the Shelburne-Barrington area. Burned out over 24,000 hectares. I think 60 homes were lost. Pretty devastating in that area, but I have family all in that area. I'm family and friends, many friends who were impacted by that fire. Nobody that I know, that I'm aware of, lost their home. None of my friends, none of my family lost homes, but I do know that there were a number of homes, quite a number of homes lost. And we pray for those people, saddened by all that. But that's Lockport, so I might end up down there to see my parents, and my son lives not too far from there with his wife and little one. Got to go see the grandbaby, right? The newest grandson. And so we'll probably do that. I might do that, and then be back in Newfoundland. It's going to take me a couple of weeks to do the whole trip, and it'll probably be right around 5,000 kilometers when I'm done. Change of subject. Have you noticed all the bugs on the windshield here today? How could you not notice? This windshield was clean, and I've only been riding for a half hour. There are so many bugs out today, and it just it's the one downfall of summer. You get the warm weather, but then you get the bugs, and we're just splattered. If my helmet is spattered too. I got bug splatter all over my shield. I'm gonna have to clean that. I'm sure they're on the helmet. I hope they're not on the camera, but it's one of those downfalls of summer is when all the bugs come out. Where you live, is there a lot of bugs during the summer? We get a lot of flies. I don't know what this is today, but we get a lot of black flies in the summer. They bite harder than mosquitoes, the black flies do. One thing in Labrador, I will have to take a mosquito net jacket, full covering, because the bugs, the flies up there they would drive you mad just sitting there and not having any coverage or any protection for the flies. They would drive you literally crazy, out of your mind. There are so many. From what I've seen, video, what I've been told, friends of mine who've been there, it's just savage with black flies. But anyway, I am going to have that. But we got a lot of black flies here, a lot of mosquitoes. There's a lot of boggy area here. It's a more wet climate, and so we do end up with a lot of black flies and mosquitoes. Another little tiny flies called what we call no-see-ums, because you can't see them. So you have to have an extra fine mosquito net for those. But that's something we have to deal with. We have times where they're really bad, other times it's not so bad, depending on where you are. I remember going bear hunting one time and sitting in a tree stand for 3, 4, 5 hours, sat till dark, till legal shooting light was over, and I had a face mask on, but the eyes were cut out of it. I had a net mask, a camouflage mask on, but the eye holes were cut out of it, and it just about drove me insane for the hours I was there. The black flies bit me. When I got home, my wife could see that my eyes, around my eyes, the skin was all swollen from the bites. It just looked really a bit grotesque. They couldn't bite me anywhere else, but they bit me right around the eyes. It was incredible. We do get that here. What about where you ride? Do you have to deal with a lot of bugs? I was watching a rider from up in Wisconsin, and her name is Whitney Mesa, and she deals with a lot of bugs up there in Wisconsin. The Labrador, I've been excited. This is a bucket list trip. I know I've probably mentioned it before I know I've mentioned it before in videos. It's a bucket list trip to take this big loop, go all up through Labrador. Labrador is a big empty land as far as population goes. There's not a lot of population there. I'm trying to think of how many it is now. 50,000 maybe total in all the land, and I think the land size is bigger than the island, the land mass there, and it's immense. There's just immense wilderness, tons of wildlife, bears, moose, caribou in the big game category, wolves, coyotes in the smaller dog category, lots of different foxes, red foxes, silver foxes, cross foxes. You know, you get all kinds of things. Get Arctic fox up there. You know, just if you're looking for wildlife, there's a good chance you'll see it. Bears are not uncommon on the road. I hope to see some bears. I hope not to encounter bears up close and personal, but I would love to see some while traveling up there. It'd be amazing. But no, well, I'm looking forward to the trip. Looking forward to shaking down the VStrom through that trip, and just, you know, this bike, I'm going to have it checked over here in the near future, because it's an older bike. This is a first generation VStrom. It's a 2003. It's got 94,000 kilometers on it. These engines are great. From all the research I've done, all the YouTube I've watched on the VStrom 1000, this first gen bike, you take care of them, you can get a couple 100,000 kilometers out of them without much trouble, from what I'm hearing. So I'm pretty confident that there's still a lot of life left in this bike, but I do want to get it checked over. This bike was my friend Tony's. Many of you know, been watching the channel, know that my friend Tony passed away. He's my best friend in the world. Passed away last year. I did his funeral. I preached his funeral. I had the honor of doing that. Yet the task, the difficult task, how do you know, preaching your best friend's funeral, man, I just leaning on God for grace for that. But this was his bike, and one of his dreams, one of Tony's dreams, was to ride Labrador on this bike. One of his dreams. He's ridden the Gaspé Peninsula in Quebec. He rode that on this bike. I've seen pictures. I have pictures of that. Tony wanted to ride Labrador. So when we do this Labrador trip in the weeks to come, part of it will be, ooh, that's not good. Part of the motivation, part of it all will be a memorial ride for Tony, just in his memory, to fulfill a ride that he wanted to do on this bike but never got a chance to. And so I'll probably have a sticker of Tony made up, put on the back of the bike, and we will ride in Tony's memory, as just sort of a tribute to my friend, a motorcyclist, Tony Hines. This is the destination right here. Not quite as sunny as I hoped. It's a great day. We've had a horrible summer. What a beautiful spot, man. I love these places. Actually a little breezy today. I don't know if it should show up on the camera or not. A little bit of a breeze. I won't call it windy, but definitely breezy. Man, what a mess of bugs. I need to wash the bike. looking forward to getting to Labrador, where I'm just waiting on a few things. I'm going to get the bike looked over, as I said. I'm trying to get a few details. It needs a new air mattress. That's coming. Ordered myself a compression bag for my sleeping bag the other day. Got the new pillow, inflatable pillow, because we are going to be doing some camping. I've got an older tent. It's an older backpacking type tent that will work on the bike. The poles are a little bit long folded up, but I think we'll be able to make it work. And it's the size of the tent is good. It's just the doesn't quite fold up as tight as some others that are a little more compact with the poles. The tent itself won't be a problem. It's just the poles that might be a little longer, but we'll figure that out. We'll strap them on the outside of something. I'm looking at all kinds of stuff, trying to get a solid state hard drive, external hard drive for downloading video onto. Been just picking away at getting stuff ready for this trip. So much looking forward to it. It's a ride to remember Tony. It's a bucket list trip for me. It's two birds with one stone. Actually, it's a three bird, because we're going to kill a third bird with it too, because we're going to go and visit a Independent Baptist church in Goose Bay, Labrador. And we're going to do a little ride to church video there as well. Go visit that. And looking forward to seeing the pastor there. I've seen him numerous times, but never visited him. Never visited his church. He's been up there slugging away for a good number of years now, him and his family. And just appreciate him and appreciate his faithfulness up there. So we're going to go see him. We're going to be you know, there's just a lot going on, a lot to do. I got to make sure I got everything. I've got the new luggage. You know, I've got my bags from rig gear. I've got my new tank bag here. I don't know if you can see it. There it is. You know, we're gonna be full up here when we get it on. But anyway, we're trying to get things done. I would appreciate your prayers as I'd go. As me and my friend Matt head out and do the Labrador trip. There's a lot of wilderness. There are some stretches between communities that are 400 kilometers. I'm gonna have to take extra gas. I can get right around 400 kilometers to a tank on this bike, from what I can tell. But I'm gonna need extra fuel. We're just a lot of prep to do. This is not a trip that you take and say, well, if I forget something, I'll just get it on the way. No, if you forget it on this trip, you don't have it. Until we get down into lower Quebec, or maybe in Lab City, maybe in Goose Bay, we might find something. But chances are, if it's a specialty item, we're not going to find it. And so we need to make sure we have what we need going. It's not one of those trips so you decide one day, hey, I'm going to Labrador today, jump on the bike and be gone, and an impulsive move. No, it's one of those things that will take a good amount of planning, a good amount of preparation, and looking forward to it. It's an awesome time. But appreciate your prayers as we go. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the video today. The ramblings of this old pastor as he plans a trip to Labrador. I hope you've enjoyed the scenery. I hope you've enjoyed the thing that I hope you're following and will follow me as I take the trip to Labrador. I believe it's about 6 weeks from now that we leave. And I will be putting up some things from the road when I can get a signal, cell signal. I'll probably put up a YouTube short or two. I might put up something on the community page to let you know how things are going. Encourage you to follow that. Follow me along as I go. Thanks for watching today. May God bless you and have a great day.